Let me tell you something remarkable, something that has shaped the lives of every successful person who has ever lived, and something that determines whether we rise to greatness or fall into mediocrity. It is this: your thoughts control your results. The human mind is one of the most powerful forces in existence. It shapes the course of our lives, determines our successes and failures, and acts as the foundation for everything we experience. The way our minds operate can be compared to the workings of a fertile field. Whatever is planted in it, whether good or bad, will grow and produce results in due time. This simple yet profound truth has been known for centuries by those who have achieved greatness. The thoughts we allow to take root in our minds dictate the kind of life we lead, just as a farmer's choice of seeds determines the harvest he will reap. Imagine a plot of land that is perfectly prepared for planting. The soil is rich, the conditions are ideal, and anything placed into it will grow. The land does not discriminate between crops and weeds. It will give back exactly what is sown. If a farmer plants corn, he will get corn. If he plants thorns and weeds, he will get just that. The land does not question or judge the seeds. It simply takes what is given and nurtures it until it bears fruit. The mind operates in exactly the same way. It does not distinguish between positive and negative thoughts. It simply nurtures whatever we feed it. If we fill our minds with thoughts of confidence, ambition, and success, we will see those things reflected in our lives. But if we constantly entertain fear, self-doubt, and failure, those things will manifest instead. The mind is a servant to whatever commands we give it, and it will always return results based on the nature of our dominant thoughts. People often fail to realize that they have complete control over what they plant in their mental field. Many individuals allow the seeds of negativity to be sown without even noticing. They absorb limiting beliefs from their surroundings, internalize fears from past failures, and unknowingly water the weeds that keep them stuck in mediocrity. Just as a careless farmer might allow weeds to overrun his land, an undisciplined mind will allow negative patterns to dominate. Just as a farmer can take deliberate action to remove weeds and plant crops of value, we too can take control of our thoughts and cultivate a mindset that leads to success. This process requires awareness and effort. A successful farmer does not merely hope for a good harvest. He intentionally selects the best seeds, nurtures the soil, and tends to his crops daily. In the same way, if we desire a life of fulfillment, prosperity, and achievement, we must consciously choose the thoughts we allow to grow. There is immense power in the daily practice of planting positive seeds. When we repeatedly tell ourselves that we are capable, intelligent, and worthy, we reinforce those ideas until they become deeply rooted in our subconscious. Over time, these empowering beliefs shape our actions, habits, and decisions, leading to tangible results. The opposite is also true. If we tell ourselves that we are not good enough, that we will fail, or that success is meant for others, we are planting the seeds of failure, and our lives will reflect those thoughts. Many of the world's most successful people have understood and applied this principle. They have disciplined their minds. Just as a farmer tends to his crops, they guard against negativity, refuse to dwell on fear, and constantly nourish themselves with thoughts of success, vision, and purpose. They understand that what they think about most will eventually become their reality. Just as nature operates under unwavering laws, so does the human mind. No farmer expects to plant weeds and harvest wheat. Likewise, no one can fill their mind with doubt, fear, and negativity and expect to experience success, confidence, and fulfillment. The law is simple. We reap what we sow. Whatever dominates our thoughts today will shape our future. The human mind is an incredibly powerful force, capable of shaping our reality in ways we often underestimate. Every action we take, every decision we make, and every goal we achieve all stem from a single source: our thoughts. The way we think determines the way we live. The ideas and beliefs we repeatedly entertain become the foundation of our identity, our habits, and ultimately our destiny. Whatever dominates our minds eventually manifests in our lives, whether we are aware of it or not. Every person who has ever accomplished great things started with a single thought. The inventors, leaders, artists, and pioneers of history did not simply stumble upon success by chance. They cultivated it in their minds long before it became a reality. They saw themselves achieving their goals, envisioned the possibilities, and nurtured those ideas until they became tangible results. The same is true in the opposite direction. Those who dwell on failure, doubt, and limitations find their lives shaped by those very thoughts. The mind operates like a magnet, drawing into our lives the circumstances that align with our most dominant thoughts. When we continuously think about success, opportunity, and progress, our minds begin to filter the world in a way that reinforces those ideas. We start to notice opportunities where others see obstacles. We develop the confidence to take action where others hesitate. Our thoughts create the lens through which we see life, and through that lens, we make choices that lead to either success or failure. Conversely, if we spend our time focusing on problems, setbacks, and fears, our actions will reflect that negativity. A person who constantly worries about failure will subconsciously avoid risks, even when those risks could lead to great rewards. Someone who believes they are not talented or smart enough will hesitate to pursue their dreams, never realizing that their own thinking is the only thing holding them back. The mind does not differentiate between thoughts that serve us and thoughts that harm us. It simply takes what we give it and turns it into reality. Consider the example of an athlete training for competition. If that athlete spends every day visualizing success, believing in their abilities, and focusing on their strengths, their performance will naturally improve. Their body will respond to the mental conditioning, and their actions will align with their vision of success. On the other hand, an athlete who constantly doubts their abilities, fears failure, and fixates on their weaknesses will struggle, not because they lack skill, but because their mind is working against them rather than for them. This principle applies to every area of life: business, relationships, health, and personal growth. A person who believes they are capable of achieving financial success will take the necessary steps to make it happen. They will seek opportunities, develop their skills, and persist even in the face of setbacks. Meanwhile, someone who believes that wealth is out of reach or that success is reserved for others will remain stuck in financial struggle, not because they lack potential, but because their thoughts prevent them from seeing and seizing the right opportunities. The same is true in relationships. A person who believes they are worthy of love and respect will naturally attract people who treat them well. They will set healthy boundaries, engage in meaningful connections, and build strong relationships. On the other hand, someone who constantly tells themselves they are unlovable or undeserving will find themselves in relationships that reflect those negative beliefs, reinforcing a cycle of unhappiness and disappointment. Everything we repeatedly tell ourselves, whether positive or negative, becomes a part of our identity. A person who thinks of themselves as strong, capable, and resilient will act accordingly, and their life will reflect that belief. A person who sees themselves as weak, unlucky, or incapable will unconsciously behave in ways that confirm those thoughts. This is why it is crucial to guard the thoughts we allow to take root in our minds. Our beliefs shape our reality, and the thoughts we entertain today will determine the life we live tomorrow. The mind is always working, always creating, and always shaping our future. Whether for better or worse depends entirely on what we choose to think about most. Fear and doubt are two of the most destructive forces that can exist in the human mind. They paralyze action, cloud judgment, and prevent individuals from reaching their full potential. While many people assume that failure comes from external circumstances, the truth is that failure often begins internally, within the mind. When fear and doubt take root, they create barriers that block opportunities, limit creativity, and weaken resolve. Those who succumb to these negative emotions often find themselves stuck in a cycle of hesitation and inaction, preventing them from achieving success in any area of life. Fear has a way of distorting reality. It makes obstacles appear larger than they truly are and turns small risks into insurmountable dangers. A person who fears failure will avoid taking necessary steps towards success, convincing themselves that the risk is too great. This avoidance creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. By not taking action, they ensure their own failure, not because they lacked ability, but because they never gave themselves the chance to succeed. Fear does not need to be based on facts. It only needs to be believed in order to be effective. The moment a person allows fear to dictate their decisions, they hand over control of their future. Doubt is just as powerful and just as crippling. When a person doubts their abilities, their ideas, or their worth, they act with hesitation. This hesitation leads to weak decisions, second guessing, and ultimately failure. Confidence is the fuel that drives people forward, while doubt is the force that holds them back. Even the most talented and capable individuals can be rendered powerless if they allow doubt to dominate their thinking. It does not matter how much potential a person has. If they do not believe in themselves, they will never take the steps necessary to turn that potential into reality. Fear and doubt often work together, reinforcing each other until they become an invisible prison that keeps people from moving forward. A person who doubts their abilities will fear failure, and because they fear failure, they will hesitate to take action. That hesitation leads to missed opportunities, which reinforces their original doubts. This cycle can continue indefinitely unless a conscious effort is made to break free. Those who achieve great things in life are not necessarily those who are the most skilled or talented, but rather those who refuse to be controlled by fear and doubt. Consider the example of an entrepreneur starting a new business. If they allow fear of failure to take hold, they will hesitate to take risks, avoid making bold decisions, and second-guess every move. This lack of confidence will be evident in their actions, leading to poor results. On the other hand, an entrepreneur who believes in their vision despite uncertainty will push forward with confidence. They will take risks, learn from mistakes, and continuously improve until they succeed. The difference between these two individuals is not intelligence or ability, it is simply mindset. Fear and doubt do not only affect career success, they influence every area of life. In relationships, fear of rejection can prevent people from forming meaningful connections. In health, doubt in one's ability to change can keep people trapped in unhealthy habits. In personal development, fear of failure can stop individuals from learning new skills or taking on challenges that could improve their lives. No matter the situation, the presence of fear and doubt leads to stagnation and ultimately results in failure. The world is filled with people who never pursued their dreams, not because they lacked talent, but because they allowed fear to convince them they would fail. It is not intelligence, luck, or background that determines success. It is the ability to push past fear and doubt. The mind is a powerful tool, and whatever thoughts dominate it will shape reality. Those who allow fear and doubt to control them will find themselves stuck, while those who refuse to entertain these negative emotions will create a life of achievement and fulfillment. Success is not a matter of luck or random chance. It is the result of a clear vision combined with relentless persistence. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every extraordinary accomplishment in history began with a person who had a clear idea of what they wanted and the determination to see it through. Without a vision, effort becomes scattered, and without persistence, even the best plans crumble under pressure. These two elements, clarity of purpose and unwavering effort, form the foundation of all lasting success. A clear vision serves as a guiding force. It provides direction, focus, and motivation. People who lack a definite goal often find themselves drifting from one pursuit to another, never fully committing to anything. They may work hard, but without a clear destination, their efforts are wasted. A person with a strong vision, however, knows exactly where they want to go. They can visualize the end result with such clarity that it becomes real in their minds long before it manifests in the physical world. This ability to see the future before it happens is what separates successful individuals from those who merely wish for success. When a person has a vision, they are not easily discouraged by setbacks or obstacles. They understand that difficulties are part of the journey, but because their goal is clear, they remain focused and continue moving forward. Vision creates purpose, and purpose fuels persistence. Persistence is the force that turns vision into reality. It is the ability to keep going despite failure, rejection, and challenges. Every great success story is filled with moments of struggle, moments when quitting would have been the easier choice. But the difference between those who succeed and those who fail is that successful people refuse to give up. They persist when others stop. They adjust their approach when things do not work, but they never abandon their vision. The road to success is never a straight line. There are always obstacles, financial difficulties, self-doubt, criticism, and unforeseen setbacks. Many people start with enthusiasm, but when they encounter resistance, they slow down or stop entirely. This is why persistence is so critical. The most successful people are not the ones who never face challenges. They are the ones who refuse to be defeated by them. They understand that setbacks are temporary and that every failure carries a lesson that brings them closer to success. Consider an inventor working on a new creation. If they expect immediate success, they will likely be disappointed. Most inventions go through countless failures before they finally work. A scientist may run hundreds of experiments before discovering the right formula. An author may face dozens of rejections before their book is published. An entrepreneur may experience multiple business failures before finding success. The key difference between those who succeed and those who do not is persistence. Those who keep going, who learn from failure, and who continue refining their approach eventually reach their goal. A clear vision also strengthens persistence by providing motivation. When a person can see their desired future in vivid detail, they become emotionally connected to it. They are willing to endure hardships because they know what they are working toward. They do not get discouraged by temporary failures because they see them as steps toward their ultimate goal. This mental clarity allows them to push through difficulties that would otherwise stop them. Without persistence, even the greatest vision remains unrealized. Many people have incredible ideas, but they lack the determination to bring them to life. They start with enthusiasm, but when challenges arise, they hesitate, second-guess themselves, and eventually give up. On the other hand, those who combine vision with persistence turn ideas into reality. They understand that success does not come from a single effort, but from repeated attempts, continuous learning, and an unshakable belief in their goal. The combination of vision and persistence creates an unstoppable force. A person who knows exactly what they want and is willing to work tirelessly for it will always find a way to succeed. They may not know how long it will take or what obstacles they will face, but they trust that if they keep going, they will eventually achieve their goal. Success is never a mystery. It follows a predictable pattern. Those who see the future clearly and refuse to quit always rise to the top. The way we think determines the way we live. Every action we take, every habit we develop, and every result we experience is rooted in our thoughts. If we want to change our circumstances, improve our success, or create a better future, the first step is always to change the way we think. The human mind is the most powerful tool we possess, and it operates based on the thoughts we feed it. A person who consistently thinks about problems, limitations, and failure will inevitably experience those things. On the other hand, someone who fills their mind with possibility, confidence, and success will see those ideas reflected in their life. The mind acts as a filter through which we see the world. If we believe that opportunities are scarce, we will overlook them even when they are right in front of us. If we believe we are unworthy of success, we will sabotage ourselves without realizing it. But if we choose to think in terms of abundance, possibility, and achievement, our actions will align with those beliefs, leading us towards success. This is not wishful thinking. It is the direct result of how the mind processes information. Every person has an internal dialogue that runs constantly. Some people fill their minds with self-doubt, fear, and negativity, convincing themselves that they are not capable of achieving greatness. Others fill their minds with encouragement, optimism, and belief in their own abilities. The difference in results between these two types of people is staggering. Those who think negatively attract failure and struggle, while those who think positively open themselves up to growth and achievement. Many people believe that their circumstances shape their thinking, but the truth is the opposite. Our thinking shapes our circumstances. Two people can experience the same setback, yet one sees it as a devastating failure while the other views it as a valuable lesson. The first person allows negative thinking to take control, leading to discouragement and inaction. The second person uses positive thinking to find solutions, make adjustments, and move forward stronger than before. The event itself is neutral. It is the person's mindset that determines its impact. The most successful people in the world are not those who never experience failure, but those who refuse to let failure define them. They choose to see obstacles as challenges rather than roadblocks. They see effort as a necessary part of growth rather than as something to be avoided. They focus on solutions instead of dwelling on problems. By changing the way they think, they change the way they live. The power of thought extends to every area of life. In relationships, people who think positively about themselves and others build strong connections, while those who focus on distrust and negativity create distance. In careers, those who believe in their ability to grow and improve find success, while those who doubt themselves remain stuck. Even in health, studies have shown that a positive mindset contributes to faster healing and overall well-being, while stress and negativity weaken the body. Changing our thinking is not about ignoring reality or pretending that problems do not exist. It is about choosing how we respond to challenges. It is about training our minds to focus on solutions instead of problems, opportunities instead of obstacles, and growth instead of failure. This shift in thinking leads to different choices, different habits, and ultimately a different life. Anyone who has ever transformed their life started by changing the way they thought. They replaced fear with confidence, doubt with belief, and excuses with action. They learned to see possibilities where others saw limitations. They refused to be controlled by negative thinking, and as a result, they created success where others saw only failure. The moment a person decides to take control of their thoughts, they take control of their future.